afternoon, and welcome to the area's only lifestyle newscast, PA Live on the road today. I'm Haley Bianco.
And I'm Chris Bohinski, and this is our inaugural show in a monthly series, like Haley said, that's called PA Live on the road.
And today we are on the road in Jim Thorpe, a gem in Carbon County, Pennsylvania. We are so excited to be here, and Chris, this is our third day here, our third field trip the past 2 weeks, and we've been having so much fun, and we can't wait to share all of our adventures with you during this hour.
And I will say that it is doubly or triply exciting, I guess, on this trifecta of a day, because today is the first day of fall, autumn, and it's truly a picture perfect day. The temperature, the weather, there's a cool breeze.
Oh, it's wonderful. And
really couldn't ask anything more.
We're at the train station right now in downtown Jim Thorpe, and earlier when we got here this morning, we decided to go around town and see what there is. And as you're going to see in this video here, many other people are here visiting today on this lovely weekday afternoon, enjoying all the shops, the restaurants, the eateries here, all the beautiful sights to see as the leaves start to change colors. There were sunflowers blooming on the main street and pumpkins outside as people are really embracing and celebrating the start of fall.
Yeah, the great thing about Jim Thorpe is, you know, even the people when you're walking down the street, you don't know them, but like you know them.
Everyone's here, so happy and friendly to be here.
Everyone is very neighborly here.
Right.
And then we went to a church.
We did.
But not just any church.
Very historic. This is actually one of the 3 National Historic Places here in Jim Thorpe on the National Historic Register. So we went to St. Mark's and St. John's Episcopal Church right here in Jim Thorpe. You could walk from the train station if you parked here. They had amazing stained glass. They had an organ that she was playing.
Yeah, the folks there, they gave us the star treatment. We had a private tour, but you can tour there yourselves. It is such a beautiful, magnificent spot. They have a veranda that overlooks part of the town, the Asa Packer Mansion. Like Haley said, if you are a fan of stained glass, you want to go to that Episcopal church.
And just fun history facts, it has one of the oldest elevators in the United States, a birdcage elevator. So we got to ride in that. It's fully functioning and working. And if you wanted to get a tour, the tours are 12 to 4, Wednesday through Saturday, with a $5 a person donation toward the restoration of the church. And then after that,
we had another private tour. We were in the house of Danny McGinley. Now, Danny is the president of the Carbon County Area Sports Hall of Fame, and he has one of the biggest, if not the biggest, Jim Thorpe collections in the entire world.
It was amazing to see all the posters, all the sculptures, every little thing that he had, the pictures. And we learned this amazing fact about Jim Thorpe, the man the borough is named after, that he was actually a movie star.
Yeah, in 56 movies.
Many John Wayne films, and who knew that? But we actually learned so much more about Jim Thorpe, which is why now joining us live here at the train station, a relative, Jim Thorpe's very own grandson, John Thorpe, is here. John, it's so nice to have you with us.
Thanks, you guys, for having me. It's a pleasure to be with you today. Thank you ever so much.
It's actually amazing. I had no idea. You know, we grew up not far from Jim Thorpe. I didn't even know a relative lived here. But you just moved here about a year ago.
Just about a year ago, yeah. I was coming here for the past 10 years. They always celebrate Grandpa's birthday the third weekend in May. So they fly me down, I put medals on the kids, and I do a talk about Grandpa. And I fell in love with the area, and it's like, yeah, I could live here.
What do you love the most about this place?
The outdoors, the wildlife, the rivers, I mean, look.
Right? It's amazing.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah, I think one of the things too, you know, the WBRE, we serve 17 counties in our viewing area in northeastern and central Pennsylvania. And one of those places that I think is on everyone's list of either their summer stop, their fall destination, it's Jim Thorpe, because really it has something for everyone.
It's the coolest little, quaintest little town. When you come here, you feel like you step back in history.
Oh,
you know, it's just frozen in time. And then you learn about the different architecture and the buildings, and of course you learn about my grandpa.
About Grandpa, and you have some of Grandpa's favorite things with you.
Well, I got a couple of these little things with me.
Now these
Here,
are
you guys can hold this.
Amazing.
This is the original medal when they came back from the ticker tape, from the games in Stockholm, Sweden in 1912. They had a ticker tape parade for them. And then the mayor gave that to my grandpa.
And your grandfather was the first Native American ever to win gold in a gold Olympic medal.
Yeah, he's the only athlete to win both the decathlon and pentathlon. He was the very first president of the NFL.
Yeah.
When they started, it was the American Professional Football Association, and Grandpa was the first president. He was the first professional athlete to score a touchdown and hit a home run the same season.
Wow.
He's the only professional athlete to play baseball, basketball, and football in the same season.
Oh
That's why, you know, people say he's the world's greatest athlete. There's a reason for that. If you talk to other people that they say, oh, well, you're the greatest athlete in the world, if you ask those people who they think the greatest athlete in the world was, 9 out of 10 times they're going to say Grandpa.
Wow.
Yeah, Jim Thorpe did it all.
And how lucky are we that here in northeastern and central Pennsylvania we get to experience and learn all about Jim Thorpe when we come to this quaint little borough.
I know, it's so cool.
It's so great.
And this is a plaque that commemorates the 50th anniversary of the 1912 Olympics.
Look at how wonderful.
Now, one of the amazing things here.
And then these medals are duplicate medals. These are his AAU medals when Grandpa was reinstated. And they didn't really reinstate him, they made him co-runner-up of the games. So all the family was awarded a set of these medals, and Mom gave those to me.
Oh
One
my
of the
goodness.
greatest things here, you know, as we're doing this inaugural PA Live on the Road show, we do have a live studio audience here. We have some members that are socially distant behind the cameras that are watching, and everyone that may not be familiar with you, they see the resemblance of Jim Thorpe in you. You really are a spitting image.
I hear that a lot.
Well, I have no
And I'm
bad
flattered.
compliment. He's very accomplished.
Yeah, I'm honored. I don't think you'd want to see me hit a golf ball, though.
No?
No,
What
probably
is your
not.
sport of choice if you were going to play something?
Scuba diving?
Oh,
Yep. Matter of fact, I'm heading to Cozumel at the end of October. We're going to go do some diving.
Did Grandpa ever go scuba diving?
I don't think he did. No, I don't think that they had the correct apparatus for him to
Right.
dive back in those
But he
days.
certainly did a lot. And, you know, John, you're sticking around throughout the show today. He'll be making some more appearances. Maybe even our own version of an Olympic game we will try later on. But we also
Absolutely.
went to the Mock Chunk Museum to learn more about the man, Jim Thorpe, the name behind the town. Check it out.
Hey, Chris, come on in. I want to tell you all about Mock Chunk and the history of it.
We'd love to learn. Let's go.
Hey. I have so much to tell you, especially about the man that our town is named after.
Jim Thorpe.
Yes.
now that we are inside the Mock Chunk Museum, what is the significance and meaning behind Jim Thorpe?
Well, we are named after the great Olympic champion, Jim Thorpe. He was won both the decathlon and the pentathlon at the 1912 Olympics. He was an Olympic hero. Now, when he died in Oklahoma, where he was from, Oklahoma didn't want to provide a proper memorial for him. And his wife had to have him buried in a small grave in Tulsa. She thought that was terrible. She heard about a man from Mock Chunk named Joe Boyle. Joe Boyle came up with a program in the 1950s to try to revitalize the economy in the town. He asked everybody to donate a nickel a week. He wound up collecting $35,000 in nickels, which is 700,000 nickels, which is a lot. Well, it made national news. Mrs. Thorpe heard about him, contacted Joe, and they got together and figured out that it would be great to have Jim Thorpe's body brought here and then to honor him, and also to join the two towns, Mock Chunk and East Mock Chunk, together and rename it Jim Thorpe. And that's how we became Jim Thorpe in 1954.
All I know is in all of those places, they all eat their Wheaties, because that's what gets us strong. And this is Jim Thorpe on the Wheaties box.
He was on the Wheaties box in 2001. They made a great big deal of it. Now, a lot of people think that Jim Thorpe was born here. Jim Thorpe actually never came here in his lifetime, but he is in a mausoleum on the east side of town, a beautiful rose granite mausoleum, and he's been there since 1957. And we are quite proud to have the name of Jim Thorpe because he was an amazing athlete.
Absolutely. Well, Jim Thorpe and his legacy lives on in Wheatie boxes, but also just all throughout the town. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
After speaking with Carlene at the museum and learning so much from her, we decided to come and see for ourselves. So we're here in Jim Thorpe at the Jim Thorpe Memorial. Behind us, the mausoleum with Jim Thorpe buried inside. Also some statues in his honor and some information that you can read here when you come to the park. And Chris, it's just amazing to be here and see all this.
Yeah, right when you drive into the borough of Jim Thorpe, you come up Boyle Circle, and you can see where the man, the myth, the legend of Jim Thorpe is. And it's kind of the first taste of what this borough has to offer to northeastern and central Pennsylvania. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. And, pay your respects, take some photos with the statues of Jim, and then head into town. Maybe even get on a train. More with PA Live on the road when we return.
Welcome back to PA Live on the road in Jim Thorpe. This is what we love about live television. The train is coming in.
We
as
could
we're
not.
speaking.
Well, no, Haley, you have to say we planned this.
Totally did it.
Yeah.
This is great.
I mean, this is what, when people think of Jim Thorpe, they think of this.
The train here, it's coming on in.
Wow. Here's our studio audience of the day that they don't even know they're going to be a part of our audience.
Yeah, the Reading and Northern Railroad.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, I love that.
Hello, hello. They're waving
Hello,
to us.
everyone.
They're all our friends. But here's our other friend here.
Yes, yeah.
We're making a Chris sandwich right now.
Yeah, Chris Barrett is here. He's the president and CEO of the Pocono Mountains Visitors Bureau. Thanks for joining us, Chris.
I'm just watching you guys and watching the train come in, and what else is there to do?
We're like little children, so excited, right?
I know, who doesn't love a train? It's
Everyone
the greatest
gets
thing in the
like
world.
that. It really is. And this is one of the main attractions here. And we took a ride on the train on Friday. One of the things we were looking for was the fall foliage as it's beginning, and that's one of the huge draws for tourists here.
Right, so fall is one of the most beautiful times in the Pocono Mountains. We have 2,400 square miles of countryside, and almost anywhere you go, you have incredible foliage, and there's a foliage predictor on our website at PoconoMountains.com, because here in the south of the Poconos, all the way up to the north, you can get 2 to 3 months of great views. And since we've had like a summer that's kind of dry and not as wet, the leaves are supposed to be incredibly brilliant, so it's just very exciting. And it's a great thing to social distantly, if that's even a term, social distantly do.
It really is.
Right? Because you could do everything outside. You can hike, you can bike, you can hunt, you can fish. It's amazing.
Like everyone is saying today, happy fall, y'all, because today is the first day of fall. So that leaf tracker that you're talking about, is that something new this year?
No, it's the Forest Service and DCNR has been doing it for a number of years, but believe it or not, it's become one of the highest viewed parts of our website. We have a microsite that's totally devoted to fall. So there's ideas on things to do. There's a blog on like nooks and crannies that you don't normally know about when you visit us. But the leaf tracker and forecast foliage is probably one of the highest viewed things we do all year long. So
I believe it.
It's exciting, and it's been growing year after year after year. We're seeing a larger fall season as time goes on. People are enjoying it more and more now. Unfortunately, with that bad pandemic word, people are even discovering us more and rediscovering us, which is great.
Yeah, absolutely. So you can come here to Jim Thorpe, hop on the train, and go see the fall foliage. But there's so many more ways to see it too.
Oh!
This train is parked now. So what are some of the other great ways to experience the fall foliage here in Carbon County and the Poconos?
Well, if you do go to our website, there's some suggested routes. So really anywhere you drive on 80 or 81, 84, 33, 380, you could really, there's mountainous areas everywhere. And even in the gorge right here at Jim Thorpe with the mountains surrounding us, and on the Lehigh River, for instance, or even on this train, the views are just amazing. But if you like outdoor activities, the fall's usually cooler, right? 9 times out of 10. So you don't have some days. So you don't have that real hot weather, so you can enjoy hiking and biking. You can do it just at your own pace, which is really nice. And then again, our restaurants are getting back up to 50% capacities. So hopefully we'll see more guests being able to enjoy those as well when they come here to the Poconos.
Yeah, you mentioned the restaurants. There's also wineries, great golf courses, so much to do here in this area.
That's right. So a lot of folks don't know we have world-class golf courses. There's over 38 in the Poconos. Mount Airy is probably one of the most well-known. Shawnee, there's many of them. They're too much to name, but golf is great, and golf is actually since the pandemic has been growing like geometrically. A lot of people are golfing again because it's something you can do outside that you can naturally socially distance. So all the outdoor activities, all our local, state, and federal parks have seen incredible growth. This river, the Lehigh and the Delaware, wow, it's just amazing how, and that's awesome to see people re-enjoying and rediscovering the outside, because there's a great, I think, mental health benefit to that, right?
Oh, for sure.
We've all been locked down.
If you're watching on your TVs right now or in our live studio audience that is all socially distant, come to Carbon County. Chris, thanks so much for coming on the show today. Now, we started with this train. Let's continue with the trains with Haley at the Mauch-Chunk Museum, learning about the switchback.
We're back now at the Mauch-Chunk Museum, and Carlina's here once again. And you look lovely today. What are you wearing?
I am wearing what was called a travel suit back in those days. It was from 1919. Ladies would wear a nice thick wool or velvet suit like this one. Obviously, I'm very well-to-do because I have fur cuffs and everything. But they would wear this when they would travel.
When you're ready for a train ride. And,
exactly.
you know, growing up, I was about 30 minutes out from Jim Thorpe, and we'd love to come here for day trips, but the train was always the main attraction for me and my family. And the trains have been very prevalent throughout the history of Jim Thorpe. And one of those ones that started was the Switchback Railroad, and this brought in, what, 30,000 people a year to Jim Thorpe?
Just about.
It's more like a roller coaster, you said.
Exactly. This train only went 18 miles round trip between here and Summit Hill. It was originally used to transport coal, but people soon found out from the miners that they were taking this amazing ride every day, and they wanted to take it too. So in the beginning, they would come at the end of the evening, or end of the day rather, after the coal runs were through, and they would get in the cars and they would be pulled up to Summit Hill by mules, just as if they were an empty coal car, and then come back down the track at amazing speeds. By the 1860s, the coal was being transported primarily by railroad. So that's when this became a full-time tourist attraction, the Switchback. And people were coming from all over the world to ride it. Thomas Edison came to Mauch-Chunk and rode the Switchback Gravity Railroad, and he wrote that he was very impressed with the technology.
I'm impressed with it too. It's so cool. So all aboard the trains here in Jim Thorpe. It remains one of the biggest tourist attractions today. And this, you know, you can find little pieces of it buried and around town. So Carlene, thank you so much for showing this to us. Oh, so fascinating to learn about, isn't it?
So much history right in our own backyard.
And that train was the main draw, but so is the one here today. So don't go anywhere. When we come back, we're taking a ride on the train right here in Jim Thorpe for PA Live on the Road. All right, welcome back to PA Live on the Road. Now, when I think of Jim Thorpe, I think of the train first. That is the signature place to go here. Oh, that wasn't planned either. It's actually amazing. If you could,
again,
you can hear the
serendipity that is happening today in Jim Thorpe. Everyone knows that today is the inaugural show of PA Live on the Road.
And we couldn't come to Jim Thorpe without hopping on the train. So without further ado, let's get on board, all aboard the train here in Jim Thorpe.
I want to welcome you to Jim Thorpe. Thank you. Enjoy your ride. Hello, tickets, please.
Hello, tickets.
Thank you. I was born in Mauch-Chunk, so I'm as known as a chunker. So I lived here my whole life. I enjoy showing everybody what we have here. I consider myself lucky to be here. we're only selling half the tickets, not even that. We're trying to separate the people as much as we can. We also have extra cars on, back in the back there.
We'd like to thank you for riding with us today.
I'm sure you would have a great time.
Welcome back to PA Live on the road. Now you can tell we're in the outdoors right now, and when you come to Jim Thorpe in Carbon County, you have to spend most of your time really in the outdoors.
You really do, and if you don't, you really should, because outdoor recreation is one of the top tourist attractions here in Jim Thorpe in Carbon County. So we needed some gear, so we stopped over at the Lehighton Outdoor Center to get on a bike and hit the D&L Trail. We're now at the Lehighton Outdoor Center, and we're joined by the owner, Jerry McLord. It's so great to see you. Thanks for having us over.
It's great to be here, and I'm glad you came in the door. Awesome to see you.
You've been very busy, bike sales, you know, everyone's trying to get out and enjoy nature this year because of the pandemic. When people come in here, they're looking for a bike rental, where do you direct them to go in terms of trails?
Well, people have a variety of, some of them want to do mountain biking, but most of them want to ride the rail trails, and in this town, that is the D&L Trail, and they can head downstream to as far as Cementon, or they can head upstream, and the more popular run is to ride along the D&L Trail Canal, the Lehigh Canal Trail, up to Jim Thorpe and beyond. So right here, it's 5 miles from our center, right to the heart of Jim Thorpe.
Oh, it's wonderful. You know, I always hate having to bring the bikes with me in the car, put the rack up and everything, so you can come here, rent them so easy, makes your life easier.
What does it mean to you to be able to show this beautiful area with one of your passions?
So the bikes have always been a great way to see this. It's slow, you smell the environment, you know, you get that whole immersion therapy. My staff and I, we found out that we really loved having the opportunity to deliver this kind of thing for people this year. The pandemic, everyone was pent up in a house somewhere. For a lot of people, it's the very first thing they've done as a group outside their home or their town. So it's been particularly rewarding to have these vehicles for memory building in bikes, kayaks, or rafts this year. People needed it more than ever.
Great.
Absolutely.
Us too, we're ready to hit the trail. So we're hitting the D&L Trail.
D&L Trail it is.
All right, let's go follow Chris.
Let's go.
Ready for a ride?
Let's go.
Okay. Let's see how we can do this. All right. This is the paved part too. Now let's go. Oh my gosh.
Now we have a very special guest. All of our guests today on this inaugural PA Live on the Road show are special, but we have the mayor of the borough of Jim Thorpe, Mayor. You know, this is a tongue twister because
You're doing so well,
it's
too.
a double M. Mayor Michael Safranco. You know why I'm getting tongue-tied? Because I am holding something very special right now. Mayor, do you want to tell us what I'm holding?
You are holding a proclamation, and today we have I have declared a WBRE Day here, PA Live on the Road,
Woo!
here in Jim Thorpe Borough, for all that you have always done for us and the cover. So that's your proclamation today, and welcome to Jim Thorpe. I'm glad to have you back.
Thank you so much.
We are thrilled that really the start of fall, which is really the hallmark of, you know, we're stopping traffic right now. If you could hear the cars at home.
Hear it, yeah.
But really the hallmark, one of the hallmarks of Jim Thorpe is the start of fall, which is today. So
PA Live Day in Jim Thorpe.
The way that we
it.
are marking the first day of fall in 2020, this age of COVID-19 and the coronavirus, really we couldn't be prouder to do this kickoff show with you. And
Yes.
get a proclamation out of it too.
This is
We're
a big
very happy
deal.
to have you here.
Thank you
And
so
thank
much.
you for being here. And I don't know if you want to read any of this.
Yeah,
or
let's
if
read a
not,
tad bit
Why
for the
not?
viewers at home.
Why don't we just hit a couple key paragraphs here so everyone kind of
Okay.
knows?
Yeah.
Whereas the borough of Jim Thorpe has become a tourist destination for people from all over the United States, and the residents, shop owners, and borough residents welcome the visitors to our borough to enjoy our shops, recreation, our history, and our cuisine. Whereas here in Jim Thorpe, WBRE has seen it fit to make this their inaugural stop for PA Live on the Road. We would like to distinguish WBRE on their inaugural visit here to Jim Thorpe. Now, therefore, I, Mayor Michael J. Safranco, do hereby declare and recognize that this is Jim Thorpe's proclamation, making the WBRE PA Live on the Road Day here in Jim Thorpe.
Love that.
You
Thank
can
you
hear
so
our
much.
studio audience. I keep on saying studio
Well-
audience.
Yeah, we're
It's
totally
really the-
outside.
I would like to say one thing. What it has been nice is we have our council president, our vice president here, Councilwoman Joanne Klitsch, and I actually have our borough detective with us today, too.
Welcome back to PA Live on the Road in Jim Thorpe. Now joining us, we have our whole cast over here. Thank you guys so much. Some of our outside audience joined us to round off today's show. It's been a really fun PA Live on the Road, the first of the series. John Thorpe is here and Mayor Safranco. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of this.
Thank you for having us.
It's been so, and oh look, the co-host is back now. Chris has joined us with some ice creams in hand.
Listen, my pants are falling down. The ice cream is melting.
So our plan was to have an Olympic ice cream eating contest, and then the mayor is going to be the ref, and then John Thorpe will crown the Olympic winner.
Because today is National Ice Cream Cone Day. And literally, I don't even know how to eat
Okay,
this.
ready?
So Mayor, give us a countdown.
Countdown. Who
in
can eat
Jim
it?
Thorpe
In
style.
In 5,
This is gonna be messy.
4,
Well, look at mine.
3,
Oh,
Ready.
2, 1, go!
oh, me too?
Yes, they're all gone.
I can't
Hurry
I'm
up.
ready for you already.
Looks like Chris is in the lead. Chris is in the lead.
This is very good.
Chris is in the lead.
Oh my god.
I meant to grab napkins.
And this is
One of
from,
you guys better win this thing.
I know. Can you win already? Can you eat it? This is from Woods Ice Cream right here by the train station in Jim Thorpe.
I guess I can't pass around because of COVID, huh?
Can we just like
Yeah,
proclaim you the
do-
winner?
do we wanna make a winner here?
So, let me tell everyone
Before
right
we get a
now,
brain
I
freeze?
have the biggest brain freeze.
I know, right?
I probably look like a mess. But you know what? That's what I think we love about Jim Thorpe. You can just come here and you can be yourself. And you know
Shove
what?
ice cream in your face.
Make everyone smile. So, John.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's hold them up and we'll judge. We'll have the crowd judge who ate
Oh,
who's
good
eaten the
idea.
most.
Yes.
Okay,
Turn around. Who?
I'm gonna clap for him.
I
too.
feel like the Statue of
And now
Liberty.
Haley's
Oh my gosh! Nobody
and
clapped for
Mr.
me.
Thorpe.
Come on, come on, come on!
Well,
I got cheated.
the winner is Chris.
All right,
Okay,
so
so
we have some
John
Olympic
Thorpe.
medals now.
You want to hold that,
Grandson
Mayor?
of Jim Thorpe.
All right, Chris.
Yes.
Congratulations. You, sir, are the champion ice cream sucker of the world.
Who would have ever
put that on
thought
there.
Jim Thorpe's
Yeah, wait.
grandson would be the ice cream sucker of the world?
But wait, we've got one for Haley too. You can't leave out
Thank you all so much for being
the other
here
host.
and
Here
joining
you go.
us today. I Win the Studio 5 is coming up next. We'll see you again soon.